Hi there, Aries, and welcome to your reading for July 2026. So, as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And please remember, these readings are a collective energy of Aries, so not every single message will apply to every one of you. But before we begin, if you enjoy these types of readings, tarot readings, oracle guidance, spiritual content, then please consider liking this video. And if you don't already, maybe subscribe to my channel. Every subscription helps the channel grow and allows me to continue creating readings for this wonderful community. So let's see what Spirit has in store for Aries during the month of July. So Aries, the overall energy for July is the Six of Pentacles. And this immediately tells me that balance will be a major theme throughout the month. The card often appears when the universe is attempting to restore harmony in areas where things have felt unequal. So some of you may have been given far more than you've been receiving. Others may have found themselves carrying responsibilities that don't entirely belong to you. July feels like a month where energy begins flowing more evenly. This can also relate to finances, support, generosities, or partnerships. Spirit is showing me that help may arrive through unexpected places. And there is a reminder here that receiving is just as equally important as giving. So I know many Aries are naturally independent and don't like asking for help, yet this card suggests that support is available if you're willing to accept it. Throughout July, I want you to pay attention to where balance is being restored. What feels fair? What feels sustainable? And where are you finally being appreciated for your efforts? So this overall theme feels very positive and very grounded. And in the area of hidden opportunities, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, this card often brings offers or invitations, messages, emotional fulfillment, anything to do with the matters of the heart, really. So something may arrive this month that generally excites you, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's romantic. It could be creative opportunities, maybe a dream that you have been considering pursuing, or a collaboration with somebody, new friendships, whatever it is, it's a deeper connection with your own intuition. So the Knight of Cups is encouraging you to follow what inspires you, basically. The opportunity may not appear practical at first, but it's just going to feel right. You're going to know whenever it's there. So Spirit is asking you not to dismiss something just because it doesn't fit your usual expectations. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. What's calling to your heart this month? So the challenges to overcome this month comes through the Knight of Wands. Aries, this feels very familiar to your natural energy. So it's passionate, driven, adventurous, action-orientated. The challenge isn't finding the motivation. The challenge is maintaining it. There is a risk of rushing ahead before all the information is available to you. So you may find yourself wanting immediate results or becoming impatient with delays. Spirit wants you moving forward, but Spirit also wants you moving forward wisely. Sometimes you need to slow down to be able to see the bigger picture, and you never know, you might get to where you're trying to go a lot faster by doing that. And then in the area of personal growth, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is a beautiful card for growth because it asks us to trust in life's timing. Aries, you often prefer action over waiting. I understand that. Yet the wheel reminds us that some things cannot be forced. Life moves in seasons. Cycles begin, cycles end. Your growth may come through surrendering control and trusting that what is meant for you is already making its way towards you. This feels like learning how to work with the flow of life instead of fighting against it, which I know can be hard for some of you Aries, but It's about putting your trust into the universe because it knows what it's doing. Next, we have your guided message. So this is a message from Spirit that they want you to know. And it couldn't be much more positive. The sun is literally the brightest card in the deck. It's a reminder to focus on what's working, celebrate your progress, recognize your strengths, and allow moments of joy. There's also a healing here. There's clarity. There's success on the horizon. So, Spirit wants you, Aries, to stop hiding your light and start embracing confidence again because they know that you have it in you. And then next we have, in the unexpected influences, the Knight of Swords. So this may be a person or an energy. There's a truth, wisdom, intelligence, and clarity kind of surrounding this card. There might be an important conversation that needs to be had. Maybe a decision needs to be made. Information may become available that changes your perspective. So July may require you to approach something a little bit more objectively rather than emotionally. The influence feels beneficial because it brings a sense of understanding. So Aries, I'm now going to clarify this reading with my other deck. So let's see what the clarifying cards are today. So this second row of cards should give a bit more clarity to what the reading has been saying. But overall, Aries, it is kind of asking you to go with the flow of life. So I've purposely speeded up the video a little bit here just to make it easier so there's less spaces in between the reading. So let's clarify your cards now. So with the Six of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this makes the theme of abundance even stronger. Spirit is showing me financial stability, security, comfort, and self-worth. So July isn't just about receiving support, it's also about creating stability for yourself. The Queen of Pentacles knows her value. She doesn't chase, she attracts. Spirit wants you, Aries, to recognize your own worth and build something substantial. So, and this makes lots of sense. So with the Knight of Wands, we have the Chariot. Now, the challenge here isn't movement, it's direction. So Spirit is asking, where are you focusing all your energy? The Chariot succeeds because everything is moving towards the same destination. They're leaving behind their old world or their old thought processes. So if you can focus, Aries, rather than scatter your energy in multiple directions, success becomes highly likely. And then next, with the Knight of Cups, we have the World. So obviously the hidden opportunity here appears because a cycle has been completed. Something has reached its natural ending. A lesson's been learned and a chapter has closed. Now, because of that completion, new emotional opportunities can now enter your life. So this feels like a growing energy. The universe is opening up a new door because you've finished walking through the old one. We've all heard the saying, when one door closes, another one opens, and that's what's being shown here. Now we have the Two of Cups. Now this suggests your personal growth may come through relationships or meaningful connections. So it doesn't necessarily have to be romance. It could be a partnership, a friendship, collaboration, or even just a soul connection. Someone may be entering your life who helps you understand an important lesson about trust, balance, or divine timing. It feels like a very significant connection. And I think as soon as it comes into your life, you'll know straight away. That is, if this person isn't already in your life. And so this is probably now one of the most important messages in the reading. So with the Sun, we have the Nine of Swords. Now the Sun obviously represents happiness and success. The Nine of Swords represents anxiety. So Spirit is basically saying that you're worrying far more than what is needed. The future appears brighter than your fears are allowing you to see. So don't let that anxiety overshadow any blessings that are already trying to arrive in your life. I think sometimes worrying about tomorrow's outcomes can ruin today's happiness. So just try not to fall into that trap, Aries. And then lastly, we have the Moon. Now this adds depth to the King of Swords. Something may not be fully revealed yet. There may be truths beneath the surface. You may even be receiving information gradually. So the King of Swords wants certainty, but the Moon asks for trust. The unexpected influence may involve discovering something important that wasn't immediately obvious. By the end of July, clarity feels much stronger than it does at the beginning, so trust the process. So Aries, this reading feels like a powerful transition into a more stable chapter. The overall theme of balance and abundance runs throughout the entire spread. A cycle is ending, new opportunities are entering. So focus is required. Divine timing is working behind the scenes. And the biggest challenge appears to be managing your anxiety and staying focused on what is actually happening rather than what could happen. So the overall outcome feels incredibly positive. Remember, support is available, opportunities are opening up, and clarity is coming. Spirit seems to be encouraging you, Aries, to trust both the journey and yourself. So the message for July is simple. Stop fearing what's ahead and start preparing to receive it. So guys, thank you very much for being here, Aries. I hope you have a wonderful month and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. And as always, lots of love and light.